our faith. Because of the joy awaiting him, the joy of the resurrection, the joy of glory, because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross, disregarding its shame, and now he is seated in the place of honor beside God's throne. John MacArthur, in his book, The Murder of Jesus, has some good insight on this verse. He said, Christ assured them that even though it would seem that night that their world was coming to an end, they all had a future ministry to prepare for. Christ still had power over death, even in the midst of his own murder. This was a very reassuring statement from Jesus. However, problem is, Peter and the rest seem to not understand what Jesus is saying this time. In his solemn warning, Jesus gave Peter an opportunity to take heed and consider his own weakness. The Lord is also giving us the opportunity to consider our own weakness. Don't be like Peter, who never even think about what Jesus said. Because verse 31, he again immediately and quickly responded, verse 31, Mark 14, no, Peter declared emphatically. This is like, no, 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 Lord, I can never accept that. No, no, no. Double negative. No, 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 Lord. It's very emphatic. And he said, even if I have to die with you. Wow. Ni-increase ang iyang offer. Okay, the over-promising just increase. Not only, Lord, that I will never leave you, let me assure you, on a higher deal, I will even die for you, Lord. Okay. Only John is left in the cross with Christ. All of them left. But he will recommission them again because they have been broken, they have learned humility and trusting God for power. But that's another sermon for another Sunday, okay? In the later chapters of Mark. Let's focus on this idea as we end. What Jesus is trying to do here is to help them see their insufficiency of spiritual strength to fight the temptation of falling away from the mission when physical and emotional suffering strikes, so they can draw spiritual strength from the Father, the Holy Spirit. However, because of their pride, they could not see that need. Okay? And it prevented them from doing the first step to experience spiritual strength from the Father, and that is to admit their weaknesses to the Son. You want to experience the Father's spiritual strength, admit your weaknesses to the Son. This is true of salvation and sanctification. You want to get saved if you're not saved? Admit to Jesus Christ that, Lord, I cannot stop sinning. I can't save myself right now. This is too much. I can't do this. Save me. Only you can save me. That's the time you will experience His saving power. It's true with sanctification, with our spiritual growth. You say, Lord, I can't make myself holy. I can't make myself active in service. Can't even go to church consistently, Lord. I can't do this. And He doesn't expect you to do that too, in your own strength. Lord, Holy Spirit, your strength, not mine. Help me to do this. And don't wait for some magical, thing to happen, like you wait for this Holy Spirit. Suddenly there's a power, like an electricity who went inside your heart. Oh, that's the Holy Spirit's power. That's not going to happen. That's not true. It's not about how you feel. It's about taking God at His word. You say, I can't do this, Lord. I will trust you, Holy Spirit. Enable me. I will receive your power by faith. And since I pray that, I will move forward. Take a step of faith in your strength. And when you take steps of faith, you will later see that God is enabling you every step of the way. This morning is this. What are some modern ways, church-age ways, of overconfidence or self-sufficiency or simply pride? I can just highlight some and then I leave the Holy Spirit to specify these things to you. Number one, of course, is when you doubt Jesus' words. This is overconfidence in yourself when you doubt Jesus' words. To the point that you stop reading His word, studying His Word, using His Word on a daily basis. The Bible says the Bereans, they search the Scriptures daily. If Paul was telling the truth, in other words, part of their day is to feed themselves with God's Word. When you stop doing that, and you will not admit this one, but this is what you're doing. You are believing that you can survive this day, spiritually speaking, without feeding. Okay, that's what you're doing, guys. That's what we are doing. Okay, I'm still battling in this area right now. Okay, not now, but right this time. Life is just very busy. But if you're not doing that, you're actually becoming overconfident. Lord, I will not sin today. It's just one day. Hindi ko mabasa yung Bible, prayer, feed. It's just 2 days. Yes, I did it Wednesday. I think I can skip to Saturday. And then Saturday, preaching, no, pagugma. So, I'll just Sunday. Lord, I promise sa Sunday message, I will really, really listen well. Like, this is good for 1 week indeed, It's good for 1 week. I will apply this every single day. And again, the habit repeats. Monday, the same pattern, and you've let it this way for 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years already. And you are overconfident. You're proud if that's your approach. You are doubting God's word. Wala ka kay kalahian sa gihimo ni Peter. No. I don't believe you, Lord. That's what you're saying. If you don't read the Bible, you'll say, I don't believe I need this, Lord. I don't need your word. And when you reject His word, you reject Christ, because Christ is the word. John chapter 1, di ba? So, don't do that. Okay? Get back to this habit of daily feeding yourself with God's word, God's truth. And try to experiment. Your life changes. Your approach should change. Like, if you were single, you can read the Bible 1-2 hours every day. That's fine. No one is asking you for milk. No one is asking you, help me in the CR, please, But it changed. It's not like a family, correct? Husband and wife or parents. So you have to change too, your approach. Maybe you read less and kind of like do it more consistently. Less in the morning, less at night, less in the evening, or experiment. I came to a point in my life where it was just so hard I could not read for how many times. But what I did was, I can't do this. So in my car, I filled up all my USB with sermons of John MacArthur, so that it's really deep. So when I drive in the city for physical purposes, I can actually feed myself spiritually. Thank God in that area and go back. I don't care if you start with 5 minutes per day, 10 minutes per day, just go back doing it. When you go back doing it, the Lord will enable you to do it more often. What else? Well, my notes, what about thinking that you will never fall? That's a modern way of overconfidence. I will never fall. You who are in a relationship or engaged right now, are you thinking like this? The reason why we have provided you with some principles, we call it relationship guardrails, is to help you stay pure, practically speaking, because your spirit is willing. Well, be pure. That's your prayer. But your flesh is weak. Your flesh says, can we do it now? We love each other anyway. We're getting married anyway. And then so sometimes you're so overconfident, you go to places with no accountability at all. No one is with you. It's dark. It's exclusive. It's late night. It's so far from where the people are. And you will say, we will never fall. The moment you say that, you have fallen already. Okay? So be very careful, guys. These single people here are looking up at you. And the Lord is also looking at you. So be very careful. Bring someone with you if namoy lakaw malayo or Libina or it's a very exclusive place. When you go movie, bring someone with you. Okay? I know it's a bit expensive to liberate someone. Just the price of being in love is expensive. That's why we tell people here, you want to get into a relationship first, make sure na naka-income. Because it's expensive. You know, you will have a chaperone and ibehon mo siya most of the time. So, be ready. What about this phone? What about being unwilling to learn something new? This is what Peter is doing. Lord, no. I don't want to learn that because what's in my mind right now is I learned I can do this. When was the last time you learned something new outside from the Sunday service? I just overpromise. I say, as we end, but we're not going to get to that. So, that's an example. Okay? But overpromising. Overpromising the Lord. You know, this morning I searched the phrase, I love you, Lord, in the Bible using the internet. That's the electronic, by the way. I only see one verse. You know, my phrase, I love you, Lord. Psalm 18. Love you, Lord, oh my rock. Something like that. But we don't see it again. Now, we will see it again with Peter. When Jesus said, Peter, you know, tatong time sa restoration, do you agape me? And Peter said, Lord, I only phileo you. A very humble way of saying, Lord, I can't love you like how you love me, but I can love you as a brother. And Jesus said, that's enough. As far as I know, those are the only times. Now, how many books are here? 66. How many verse thousands? But we can only see 2 verse. At least, I'm not saying this is all, but in my mind, I'm not good. I love you, Lord. You know what this is saying to us? Be very careful when you say that to God. I can't even say it, you know, in a way that there's no pain in my heart. Like if someone asks me, Pastor Simple, do you love the Lord? You know, I would find a hard time answering that question. It's not that I don't. I mean, let our life talk about that. I mean, I give up some things. Is it not enough? So probably yes. But I just can't say, of course, I love the Lord. I have a song that I composed, you know, saying, I love the Lord so much. I will never abandon you, Lord. Be careful when you say that. Because, you know, not all people who said that succeeded in doing that. You could overpromise. And your overpromising will feed your pride, and now we will become careless. Oh, I actually love the Lord, so, you know, even if I'm not careful, I will not do anything stupid like that. What about, I am willing to die for you, Lord. So I searched that in the internet, verses. I can only remember 2 verses. Number 1 was when Paul said, when he was leaving his church, because he's going back to Jerusalem, and he will die there, Paul said, guys, why are you so sad? Don't be so sad. I'm not just willing to suffer, I'm willing to die for the gospel. And then also here in this text, which is a bad example statement of Peter who said, I am willing to die for the Lord. More or less only twice, 66 books, thousands of verses, only twice. What is that saying? Be careful when you say that. I will never abandon you, Lord. I will never deny you. I will die for God. I can't even say that. If somebody would ask me what if a crazy person here is going to say the chaplain and have a rifle and say, deny your Lord, I will shoot you, Pastor. I don't even know what I will do. You know why? Because I don't know what I will do at that time, actually. Now, I know what I should do. I should say, no, kill me. But I'm not sure if I can do it honestly. So we have to be very careful with this over-promising things because this could lead to pride and to your fall. Now, the lower he sinks and the greater his humiliations appear, the more power and the presence of Christ are his portion. See you next time.